So I recently got the question on how I recreate floor plans, so I thought I would share with you. Here I got my Simdala that I made in a previous video, and I'm gonna build her a mansion. I found one on Rudder's floor plans. Let me show you. It is a 6-bedroom 8-bathroom house. It is huge, so I'm not gonna show you the entire thing what I do. It's got 2 floors, as you can see, and this is the legend where it says what means what. So here, let's start with the front. First, let's find a good starting point, something that is close to the edge. So I could start here with the kitchen, or I could start here with the skill room, which is also a good one, but I think I'm gonna start front to bottom. Let's start with the kitchen, which is 4 tiles, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the edge of the property, and here 1, 2, 3, 7 tiles from the edge here, so 7 and 4. Let's do this. First I press T on my keyboard, so you get the top view, or you can go to the camera controls and you can select here the top down view. I think this is what you should do when you're on console. But let's start with the kitchen. I'm pressing B to get my wall tools. I am gonna use the normal wall tool, not the room tool, because that's just easier. Let's count. We were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the kitchen is 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. Do we got 5? No, we got 6. I'm pressing Ctrl to remove one wall piece. We got 5 tiles, and then across these are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see, we got this wall and we got this wall, and now I'm gonna do this one. This 2 in, 2 up, and then again 2 in and 4. So I'm gonna do this part. Okay, I think I've got it. It's easier to see when you put the walls all the way down. Okay, I am gonna make the rest of the floor, and then we're gonna check back in. So I've done the entire downstairs. What I haven't done is raise and lower the platforms, which I'm gonna do later. And one thing that is really important is the stairs. You need to do the stairs before you go to the second floor. I'm gonna going back to the top view again. Gonna place these at the top where I want to have them. 4 tiles, 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles from there. Yes. And these are 3 tiles wide. Okay, and now, oh, I think this is the intention. There are 3 tiles from, oh no, I'm not doing this correctly. Like this. I think yes, there's 3 tiles. Now we've got the stairs here. Let's go back to a top view. Zoom out a little bit. We got the shape of the house right here, and then I'm gonna grab this one here. Gonna go to the second floor. Now you see those stairs here. This is what I'm gonna use as a guideline. 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna go 2 up, and then we got a bedroom here. I think this is Butler's room. We got 2 tiles for the toilet here, and it goes up 4 tiles. It's gonna be a nightmare to decorate. It looks really nice, those walls. I think I made it 1 too big. No, it's 4. No, it should be 3. Okay, I made it 1 too big. Let's just make it 1 smaller here. I'm gonna finish this floor plan. So as you can see, I finished the entire floor plan. This is the shell. There's no roof yet, but as you can see, So now it's time to do the roofing. You can see there is a roof here, here and here on the second floor. And of course we're gonna have roofs on the top here. Let's start with this. As much as I would like to tell you that I got roofs all figured out, I do not. I just do what I think looks good. And I think this looks good here. Just lower it down. I want to have windows there, so I need to take that into account. It might clip on the inside, this one, but that's a problem for future me. And yeah, right now I've shown you everything I do to make a floor plan work, and I'm gonna do the rest of this video as a speed build with a voiceover. Thank you, pause me. It is now about 3 weeks later. Yes, it took me that long to make this house, this mansion. The total recording time was about 5 hours, which is, I think, the longest I've ever spent on a build. That is because this is huge. As you can see here in the front, I am making a fountain. First, I tried some of the ready-made fountains, because I thought it would be pretty, but no one of them had the right size. So I just used the fountain tool and made it look pretty. There are 2 shiny thingies in it. Sometimes it shines, sometimes it doesn't, and I believe they are called mysterious something. I don't know, I think they are fun. And of course I'm lighting everything up with the very tiny saucers. I am going to use the vampire chandeliers in some of the rooms, just because they emit a pretty light and because they just look really pretty. Here in the entryway there is a small platform. It was in the floor plan and I have no idea what it was meant for. So I just put some statues there that looked right. Near the entryway I placed a closet in there and a shoe rack for your shoes. And here we've got the kitchen. I kept it really simple because vampires do not need to eat. I can imagine this place is hardly used, so I'm keeping it really simple, just black and white, some cabinets. There is hardly any clutter. I don't believe there's any clutter at all, just because, I mean, vampires do not eat. And I did tweak Dala, the vampire that lives here, a little bit. By the way, this build is for my own personal save file. I can't remember if I said that, but that is what it is. And the vampire Dala will live here. You'll see her standing in front of the house. And I really wanted the house and the Sims in it to make sense, so I gave her a bit of a past. She's got some skills, she has ranked up as a vampire, and she also needed a few weaknesses, and one of those things is that she can't eat sim food and that she needs to sleep in a coffin. So yes, the kitchen looks really not used. It is clean because she does have a butler. There is an entire apartment upstairs specifically for the butler. So everything is clean, but it is not used, at least the kitchen is not. This is a small living room. I was really playing around with with the wallpaper that I wanted to use. I settled for the red one just because it looked a bit ominous and I wanted everything to be in a gothic style. I am using lots of stuff from the vampire pack, obviously, also from the spooky stuff pack and from the paranormal pack. That's are the most used packs. I do not limit any packs, by the way. I do use stuff from all the packs, but those 3 are the things I used most. What I did for each room was that I went onto Pinterest and I typed in gothic bathroom or gothic bedroom, gothic study in this case, and I just used that as an inspiration. By the way, if you hear sounds in the background, it is storming outside right now, so I apologize for that. Here is a little bit of a study. I placed a typewriter in here there for Gothics living. I thought that made sense, and everywhere there are lots and lots of paintings. In the end, I will go down to the gallery and actually download some custom paintings there. They are not custom content, they will not show up as custom content. Some incredibly talented creators have just uploaded some of those paintings, and it is amazing. Every bathroom, every bedroom in here looks different, and I am just trying to make it look interesting. This is the second bathroom. This one is purple and black. The last one you saw was more black and white with a little bit of red. This is more black, yes, purple and black, as I said, with white stuff in it, and I thought it looked just really cool. I am gonna use some clutter. Here I'm using the chandelier from the Vampire pack, also some candles on the wall. I really like the Gothic aesthetic, and I had so much fun just making this build. Usually I make buildings just in one sitting. I do really like it to just finish a project right away that I started, and this one, it just took too much time. I couldn't finish it right away, so I had to do it in increments. And that was part of the reason why it took me 3 weeks to make this build. Also, my youngest son got COVID, so I couldn't film as much as I wanted to. Mostly because his PC is next to mine. He wasn't sick or anything, he just needed to be in quarantine for 7 days. He is back at school now, and now my oldest has COVID, but for some reason he can just go back to school. I mean, the rules, they do not make sense anymore. But we were talking about a vampire building. This is the master bedroom, actually. There is a little platform here, which I'm making. To make a platform, I create a room using walls. You can also do that by using fences and deleting them again. And here I forgot to press record when I finished the entire bedroom. So I'll just pop in some screenshots here so you see what I did. I used a coffin because this is a vampire and she cannot sleep in a regular bed. There are all regular bedrooms upstairs for when she has guests. One of those bedrooms also has a coffin. This is the patio outside. I was really struggling with how to make it look good. I went for the finds in the end. There is a giant TV screen there, and I'm using the Dream Home decorated couch in front of it just to make a giant couch. I thought it looked so extra. I placed a giant fuzzy rug and of course one of those chandeliers again, and when in doubt, just place plants. That big plant thingy I placed against the wall that came with the new plant kit, and I have been dying to use it, but it was too big for all the builds I did. But this house is huge, and so I had multiple spots I could use it, and I loved it. This is the formal living area. There was a small living area there at the start, but this is the formal one. I based it off something I saw on Pinterest. As you can see, it's mostly black and white. I really love the vampire wallpaper in here. There is a fireplace that came with a paranormal stuff pack, and some big bookcases. I did use a cheat to unlock those bookcases. They come with a certain career. You have to reach a certain career to be able to use those. But I think our vampire has done a ton of careers already. This is why she is so rich to afford this mansion. There is a fish tank there, and of course lots of art against the wall. I am repeating some of the art in the different rooms just because we don't have that many spooky stuff. In the beginning I didn't think of using art from the gallery. I just thought of it at the last moment when I saw that the hallways were that empty. Here is not a bathroom. There are 8 bathrooms in this house. I also included laundry. There's a laundry area that I will build it I believe afternoon. Yes, this will be the laundry area. I just went all out with all the laundry stuff that I could find. It's pretty basic when you look at the colors, just gray and white and black. I don't think our vampire spends much time there. This is more a part of the butler's room. This is a skill room. In the floor plan, it just said skill room, and I had no idea what to do with it, so I just dumped a ton of skill items in it. But a few days later, I revisited, and I just redid the whole thing. I think we are gonna see that in a minute. Oh, and all the windows have curtains. Every single one of them. Yes, yeah, this is about a week later, and I revisited it, and I just had some inspiration, and I am dividing this into sections. There is a piano music section, there is a karaoke section, there is a section with the giant cupcake machine and a bar in here, a small space with workout equipment next to it, and some things that you can use to make stuff. I am gonna exchange that painting for something else later on, by the way. It does not really suit the vibe. Of course, curtains again, because our vampire can't really be in the sun. She doesn't have sunlight resistance. I thought that was fun. She is a bit of a stereotypical vampire. Like, she can't stand in the sun, she can't eat normal sim food, and she sleeps in a coffin. I didn't give her any relationships yet, but I do want her to get to know Vlad and the other vampires in, what is it, Hollow? There's something Hollow. I will make sure that she does have some relationship with him before I finish this whole save file. I want all Sims to know at least some Sims in their life. This is the backyard. I added a weather machine to this. That is from Seasons. The thing actually can change the weather, so when it's sunny out, she can actually use it to make it cloudy. And when it's cloudy, vampires do not fear the sun. Now I'm going upstairs. I am using the stairs as a guide, as I showed previously. I made it open to downstairs. That is not in the original floor plan. The original floor plan had a platform there, but I thought this looked cooler actually. And I'm placing all the same doors in here. This spot will be the butler's room. There's a giant balcony. I'm not gonna place a lot of stuff on there, but just some fun things. Right now I'm just focusing on the flooring, wallpapers and doors to place everything in the right spots. And then I'm gonna go room by room. This will be the butler's quarters. There is a PC actually here, bookcase. He will have his home TV, his own bathroom, bedroom and kitchen. Of course, you do not have to have a butler here if you want to play with this house. That maybe it's from one of the kids that has aged up but doesn't want to move out yet, for example. Or, I mean, this house is on the gallery, so you can do with it whatever you want. I'm using some of the paranormal stuff in here. This part is lighter than the rest of the place. I can imagine if there is a butler in here and he is working in the dark red gothic house, he just wants a bit of a break. So he might have gotten some stuff from the vampire, like these cabinets. They are the same as downstairs, but he added his own personal touch with the couch and just some color in here. And the coffee maker is purple. But I think the kitchen came with the place, so that's why I made it a gothic style. Also, the bookcases is not something you just bring with you when you are a butler. I am using my favorite window in this bathroom. It is so cute. It might not be exactly the style of this house, but I made it work in the end. Making the outside look good was a bit of a challenge. I placed a lot of plants in there, but I didn't want to overdo it. And this is the bedroom. It's pretty big, and I gave the butler a very luxurious bed. I also imagined that this bed just was here in the house when he came to work in here, or she, I don't know what butler is gonna show up. I placed a makeup table, and just the things you would think would be here are gothic, and everything you think your butler could have brought is more lighter and more fun. This is a little platform in the hallway. I wasn't really sure what to do with it, so I just placed an organ in there. I mean, every vampire in The Sims needs an organ. I mean, ask flat. Here the outside, I was thinking what I could place, something that would use a lot of space. So obviously I went with a rocket ship. I mean, what else could you put here? And then I used, I think this is called a pergola, so some covering in here, and just a little bench. There's not much in here. Just a little statue. I don't imagine the vampire spending much time on the balcony. That's why I didn't really put much in there. This is one of the guest bedrooms, or maybe she will have children at some point and they will live here, but right now she is single. She might have some friends. Maybe Vlad can stay over and sleep in here, or maybe he needs a coven. I don't really know that. There is a big walk-in closet that isn't really separated from the rest of the room. I really liked it, that it was a part of the room. This is a little desk. There is not a computer on it, but I placed some books on top, and a calendar is there. And I actually really liked how this room turned out. This room is gonna be the library. Of course, there are blackout curtains everywhere, and I wanted a fireplace in there, and there are tons and tons of bookcases. The floor plan said it actually should be a study, but I was thinking that a library would be way more fitting for a vampire. I am also using a lot of plants in here, and of course the vampire art. Here in the center will be 4 chairs. I do not know if she'll ever have 4 visitors in here. I will force relationships between the Sims when I'm actually done with this save file, just for an extra bit of realism. And of course this vampire Darla will know the other vampires that live in Hollow something, where Vlad lives. Of course this save file won't have a Vlad. I mean, he's fun and all, but I think I'm gonna invent my own vampires for this one. This is another guest room. It's still gothic style, but I made it a little bit lighter. I had really a lot of fun with making goth styles room, but different kinds of styles, if that makes sense. So this wall is white and blue, but it has really dark furniture, and the other ones have dark walls and light furniture, or it's just completely dark. This is a really big bedroom. And here I went with a lot of the paranormal stuff items. Although this is Season's bed. the wallpapers from the paranormal stuff pack, as are the curtains and the side tables. I wanted to make this one a little bit more dark and a little bit spooky. Also the art is from the paranormal stuff pack. But of course candles again. I don't know if you could play this one off the grid. Maybe the kitchen wouldn't be entirely functional, but I believe all the toilets would be. And most of the showers would be as well. So you might even be able to play this one off the grid. I don't know. I'm placing a lot of candles and a poster of Bob pancakes, just because I was getting a little bit bored. And this is the final guest room. It is all in red, a very luxurious bed, and a coven at the end. I was thinking of placing an ottoman there, but then I thought, why not just place a coven? It is a vampire's home, and maybe she's got some vampire friends that want to stay over and need to sleep in a coffin. So, and here is a walk-in closet. I use a dream home decorator stuff for this. A lot of shoes and clothes in here. I don't know why you would fill a closet up in a guest room, but it looked just a lot nicer. And I'm placing a dresser here and a lot of books to cover in that wall, a lot of bookcases. Yeah, I wanted to use that rack, but it wasn't the right size, so I used Tool to make it the right size. Tool is really handy for stuff like that. It so often happens when you've got a rug that when you size it up it's too big, but when you use regular size it's small, and then you can use Tool to make it 1.5 times bigger if you want. Here I'm looking for some vampire art in the gallery and I found some. It is so beautiful. Those I believe are registered as either photographs or paintings, so they don't register as CC. The whole build is CC free, so everyone can just download it. Of course, I am using a lot of packs. But if you have vampire, spooky stuff and paranormal stuff pack, then I think you get most of the stuff that I'm using in here. Now I'm doing the finishing touches in the garden. I just want a lot more greenery in here, just to make it look a little bit more alive. Even though it's a vampire home, it can still look nice. And here I saw that the windows weren't aligned properly and it just looked off, so I placed the bed again in the middle of the windows and a lot of greenery just here around. I think it looks a lot better this way. And of course my favorite tree in the front yard and some rocks with flowers. And here I wasn't happy with the plant I had placed in here, so there is a little wheelbarrow, I believe you call that. And the front is still, it's looking a little bit barren, so I'm just trying to do stuff, but this is just way too much. It doesn't fit this build, so I gotta remove that greenery. I am gonna place some planter boxes here in the front, and later on I am gonna have my sim plant some plasma trees in there, just as a food source if you want. The plasma trees aren't on the gallery, but they will be in the save file, just so that you can plant whatever you want in there if you want to download this house. And here there are some random graves. I mean, I wanted to look a little bit more spooky. Of course I used the big tree from the vampire pack in front, just to make everything look a little bit more spooky. This wall looked so barren, so first I had the idea of using mirrors instead of windows, because windows wouldn't fit in there because there is a kitchen there, but nothing really looked right. So in the end I just went with these shutters from Snowy Escape. It looks like there are windows behind it, but they aren't. I thought that was a nice solution for this. And here I'm covering up the straight lines, straight edges with some plants. And of course I forgot one of the bathrooms, and this one is mostly black and white. I used to want a dresser instead of a counter for the sink. I am not entirely sure this works. I mean, I haven't play tested it. I know I was done with builds and I completely forgot to play test it, but it looks nice. And of course one of the chandeliers in here. And here we've got the screenshots. Let me know if you like this long kind of speed build, or if you would have rather that I cut it up into separate pieces. So I know for next time. It was a long project, but I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this build as well. If you did, please press like, as it will help spread this video to more people that might like it. I also created a vampire that lives here, Darla. The video of that is here on screen, and YouTube thinks you might like this video. So I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.